What's up, Mavericks? Erica Seppala here from Merchant Maverick. In this quick walkthrough, I'm going to show you how to use custom fields in QuickBooks Online to make your data work harder for you. QuickBooks rolled out enhanced custom fields earlier in 2025 to replace the old tags feature. So if tags disappear in your account, this is what you're going to use instead. Custom fields are great for tracking extra details like your sales rep, project type, or payment status, so your reports actually tell you something useful, not just the basics. So let's jump right in. First, you're going to want to find where custom fields are. It's really easy. Go to the top right corner, click the gear icon. On the list drop down, you're going to see custom fields. Just click right there. Now, if you don't see this option, make sure you're in the right company file and that you have admin access. Also, keep in mind that while this feature is available on all QuickBooks Online plans, there are some limitations. So if you plan to use this feature a lot, you might want to evaluate what's included in your plan and upgrade if needed. So we are going to create a custom field. You're just going to go to the bottom right here, click on the green button, add custom field, and you're going to get this pop up on the right side of your screen. QuickBooks at the top does provide a video to show you how enhanced custom fields work, so you can click on that if you want to watch that, and then it has some suggestions for custom fields. So we're actually going to go in with one of the suggestions, sales rep. So if you have multiple sales reps and you want to track what sales they are making, highly recommend adding this. This isn't something that's going to be tracked in QuickBooks by default. So we're just going to click on sales rep and it auto-populates these fields. So you can go into the name and you can change that to whatever you want. And then our data type is a drop-down list, which works perfectly because it keeps everything consistent. You don't have people going in and adding just a first name or just a last name or a first and last name. They're going to have options available on the drop-down list, so everything is consistent. So now we're going to add our items. There are two fields here. As you can see, you can just click here and add more. You can add up to 100. I recommend keeping your list as small as possible just to keep everything simple, but you might need to use more, and you do have the option to add up to 100 items if wanted. So we're going to go in here and we're going to type some names. We're going to type Erica, Ahmad, Alina, and Kendall. And over here to the right, you can see that they're active. Green check means they're active. If they're inactive, you can just simply click on that box and it'll make them inactive. Just click it again to make them active. We're going to keep all of them active and we're going to go down to the category. So the category controls where you're actually going to use the field can be on customers, vendors, or transactions. For this, we're going to apply this to transactions. Then you can go down here and you can select what forms you want this field to appear on. So we have sales receipt, invoice, estimate, credit memo, and refund receipt already checked. You do have the option to print this on the form or to leave it off just for internal purposes. Just toggle that on and off depending on the preferences of your company. You can go in here and you can add this to additional credit card credits, vendor credits, things like that. We're just going to leave the default and then we're going to click save. So this is just one example of a way that you can use custom fields. You can also do a drop down for job type. So if your business does installations, maintenance, repairs, this can help you track which services are the most profitable. You can also do a payment status drop down. So if you want internal tracking without cluttering up your customer facing info, you could put things like deposit received, waiting on PO, in review, and things like that. So now as you can see on this custom field screen, you're going to be able to see every custom field that you've created. It's going to show the name, the category, where it's going to appear, where it isn't going to appear. And then if you wanted to go in here and change this, if you find you wanted to add it to something or remove it from certain transactions, you would just click this edit button and it would take you right back in here to edit that. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to show you how this actually looks on the form. We're going to go over here to the left of the screen, go to the top, hover over create, and go to the first option, invoice, because we did have this added to invoices. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to actually fill out this invoice because I'm going to show you how it works on reporting a little bit later. So as you can see, these are all the default fields with the addition of the sales rep field that we just created. So we're just going to go in here and we're just going to add a customer, and then we're going to go on the drop down and select one of the sales reps that I added, and then we can go on here and we'll do a product or service, and we'll go down and we're going to make sure that everything is all filled out, and then we will review it and send. One thing that I forgot to mention is if you want to add additional fields on this custom field screen, you're just going to go to the green button at the top right and you're going to click add field, and you can do that and add as many fields as you want. Another thing that I want to mention, and I didn't actually check this off when I set this up, for things like sales reps, you can add it to things like expenses, bills, checks, and things like that. That makes it easy to see not just what you spent, but which jobs or people these costs belong to. So there's a lot of options here. You just really need to sit down and determine what's important to your business and what you want to track outside of the fields that QuickBooks has by default. I'm going to show you how this works on reports. So you're going to go over here to the left side of your screen and hover over reports. We're just going to click on standard reports. We're going to let that load. Let's see where we can find this. Okay, we're going to go to invoice list and we're going to click on this. So I went off screen and I added a few more transactions using the drop down just so I could really show off how this feature works. So as you can see, there's 3 transactions that I created. We're going to go up here to click filter, and we're going to scroll all the way down to sales rep. So sales rep equals, and let's say Erica. We're going to click on that. And these 2 invoices, the sales rep is listed as Erica. Now, if we wanted to see, for example, a mod, we'll just check a mod's name, uncheck Erica, and we'll see this invoice that is attributed to a mod as being the sale. So you can also have the option to save this as a custom report. So if you don't want to go in and filter every time, if you're going to be using this on a regular basis, you go up here to the top right, you're going to click save as, and we're just going to name it a mods invoices. You have the option to share it with others, or you can add it to a group. We don't have any groups set up, and then we're going to click save. So to find that in the future, we can go over here to reports, hover over that, click on custom reports, and it will pull up a mods invoices right there. Just a note that custom invoices are not available on every plan, so if this is an option that you want, you will need to upgrade your plan to something else. That's it. Custom fields are one of the easiest ways to make QuickBooks fit your business, not the other way around. Start small with 1 or 2 fields that give you better visibility and build from there.